Hello everybody and welcome to my channel update for October, and happy Halloween. This will be on the final Monday of October, which is Halloween. If you're into celebrating, I hope you have a good time. Not really a big thing in the UK in general anymore, outside of close family and friends. You don't get geysers anymore. Either way, it's a fun time of year. There will be one day left in the Steam Halloween sale by the time you hear this, so if you're after any spooky games last minute, that's probably your best bet. Anyway, we're here to talk a bit about how the channel has been going since the last channel update a month ago. Also got some Patron Shoutouts to do, and some news regarding series that are finishing, series that are starting, plans, and that kind of thing. So while I read out the many names of generous people who have been supporting me on Patreon, I will put up some fan art that the channel has been getting over the last month, so enjoy that while I start reading out many names. And there is honestly a lot of them, so thank you very much. So thank you to Raptor 2020, Nomar Omar, Acevedo Rivera, Pepper Skinner, Jarek, Nathan Fraser, Taya Blake, Carnaris, Dracovian, Daniel McIntosh, Ryan Sadowski, Nee NG, Ashley Pfeiffer, Solus Corvus, Apropos of Nothing, Screaming Violet, Michael Turner, JD Chamberlain, sorry if I said that wrong, Jared Tabor, Brian Hisu, Lex C, Just Gaming, Nate Salsa, Bradley Parry, Richard Bearwell, Aaron Nico Senpai Villasenor, Matsamuni, Terravolt, BGR Lucario, Hunger Pain, Grant Doty, Michael Smith, Peter Ferguson, Thaxton, Derek Williams, Savvy Geek Girl, Joshua Busene, Charlie Abrams, Megan Perry, Andre Highgrate, Rachel Weber, Brian O'Connor, Bradley Finney, Timothy Sebin, or Sybin perhaps, the company that makes Power Rangers, spelled the same way I think. Brandon Finney, oh wait, I already read that. Timothy Sybin, G. Andrews, Brad Beck, Diva Mage, Dystopian Lad, Terrell Smith, James Woody Packard III, Dwayne Kellogg, Colton Pierce, Reese Leon, D or Die, Paul Mayer, That One Guy with the Face, Yuki, Casper MH, Jack, and The Newbie. Thank you very much again, and I hope you enjoyed looking at some of the fan art. If you have any fan art, be sure to tweet at me and I will include it in my channel updates. So I've done the Patreon shoutouts, shown the fan art, I'm just crossing those off the list of talking points. I'm not going to save it as I go this time in case there's any technical errors. So let's start from the top of my list of stuff I wrote down to talk about. First things first, Monster Hunter Generations. The series on that is pretty much ended, more or less. We might play it on stream occasionally, but sadly it kind of got killed by that long stretch of 3 months or so where I had to replace my capture card 3DS, the European one. In that space of time, everyone went and played the game for themselves. There wasn't really as much interest in the series, so viewership when it came back tanked, even though I did try and make sure I was further along than where I left off. Pardon me. So it's kind of been replaced by Monster Hunter Stories, which I'll get into more about in a second. But yeah, in general, there's a few more episodes of Generations to get uploaded. I think 3 more, and then that's probably going to do it. I do know that there's been a new Monster Hunter game revealed, Monster Hunter Double Cross, or XX, which is the G-rank version of Monster Hunter Cross, which is the Japanese version of Generations. It's not convoluted at all, trust me, it's perfectly acceptable. I will be playing that. That's out in March for Japanese version. If there is going to be a translated version, it'll be like 6 months after that. We'll deal with the English version if it exists at that time. In the meantime, Double Cross, yes, playing that when it comes out next year. But Generations, there isn't the audience for it. And I'm meaning on YouTube and Twitch. Anytime I'm talking about viewership now, assume that I'm covering both unless I specifically state otherwise. Not many people want to see it played live, even though there's audience participation because they can get in. And the YouTube side, nah, it's not there. So staying on the subject of Monster Hunter, as I've been saying, Monster Hunter Stories, I've been doing a series on that. However, I've been hearing from a lot of people that other content creators who've been covering it have been getting hit by copyright strikes. Not content ID to disable monetization, actual strikes, which are really bad. Now, I am whitelisted by Capcom, and that should mean that I'm safe, and the 10 parts that I got, or 9 parts, they're fine. However, the viewership is, it's middling. It's like 1,000 people want to watch it. That isn't enough to take the risk of a strike. and it's probably to do with the anime tie-in, and that's why it's happening rather than just content ID on the game's content. I can't take the risk, so Monster Hunter Stories is continuing, and I'm going to be playing it every Saturday at the first section of the stream, but the VODs are staying on Twitch. So if you do happen to miss me play and you want to catch up with the nonsense we've been doing, go to the Twitch page and you press on the highlight button and you'll see all the highlights I've made, and I'll put the Monster Hunter Stories in like chunks of however long they're played for in there. So you can get them there if you want to watch. Ideally you obviously want to watch live, I assume, but if you missed them, that's where they are. You can also just catch the full VOD without going to the highlights tab, but it'll be harder to find, which is why I'm saying go for the highlights if you miss anything. So that's that covered. That's all the Monster Hunter related stuff I think I had to talk about, the new game, generations and stories. So, something I noticed, I noticed I hadn't seen a video uploaded by a large YouTuber I hadn't watched for a little while. It's like, what's up with that? Has something happened to them? No, what had happened was YouTube unsubbed me from them. I didn't unsub from them, it just happened, and you hear about this kind of stuff happening now and then. It's a little weird, so I would ask, you know, try and make sure you keep your subs up. Be very careful that YouTube doesn't unsub you from someone you actually want to watch. And if you're ever like wanting to make sure you never miss anything, if you press the little cog shape in the bottom right of a video, what you can press is notifications and you'll get an email every time. Now, I don't necessarily recommend you do that because I upload a lot of videos, but if you absolutely desperately want to see every little thing, that's the best way to do it. So that was just a general PSA. Be real careful, because sometimes you get unsubbed from people for no apparent discernible reason. I didn't think it really happened until it happened to me, so let's put it that way. Some other general news that may or may not be of interest to some people. I have set up a PO box. It will be going live on November 7th, so you'll be seeing this on October 31st. I don't want to put the address right now because it has a spelling error in it. Can you guess what they spelled wrong? It was my name, as in my channel name, my persona. They put the C in it, so I've emailed them to say, hey, I wrote this out. You have no excuse for spelling Flick technically correctly. You must spell it this way. So at the time of me writing, I haven't heard back. It's the weekend. I'm recording this before the Monday you're seeing it, so I probably won't get an answer until the Monday. But it won't be active until the 7th. So I don't want to put the address on screen yet. I might edit it in, but the best way to get it is after November 7th or on November 7th. I'll mention it on Twitter, I'll mention it on the Facebook group. I will put it in the channel information on my main channel page, kind of like where the business email address is and what have you. So if you are interested in sending me snail mail, fan mail, whatever, and I'll do some like fan mail unboxings or whatever, that will be an option soon. I got 6 months just to give it a little bit of a trial run. We'll see how it goes, and if it proves popular, I'll leave it running after that. It's an option if you're interested. Although I would ask, first of all, just general PSAs, don't send Maya any treats. She's got a lot of allergies, so I have to be very careful with what I give her. And don't bother sending her any hard dog toys. She doesn't like them. She's all about soft toys that she can devour and destroy. So just general PSA, don't send dog treats. I can't give them to her. Because I wouldn't be able to test them, especially if they're from a foreign country. But that's PSA, so look out for that on November 7th. I'll mention it everywhere, and I'll probably start mentioning it in videos. Another quick thing to mention, sadly, is I've now heard twice from 2 indie devs, and you'll hear me talking about this in a Gungeon run as well. Someone is out there impersonating me to try and steal game keys and swag from developers, and is sullying my good name by doing so and being a bit of a prick. So I don't know if indie devs watch my videos before they contact me. A lot like to pretend they do. I don't know how many actually do. If you don't get an email from the business address I list on my YouTube page, it ain't me. So watch out for that. And definitely be in the habit of contacting via any address listed. Because, they were using an email that's kind of similar. They didn't talk anything like me in the email. But, it's annoying that someone is out there, scum, basically, just trying to steal and sullying my name and doing so as well. So just a general PSA if you're an indie dev or no indie devs, be very, very careful when contacting YouTubers, or when they contact you more specifically, because it might not be the person they claim to be. I very rarely contact indie devs directly. I usually do get contacted by PR companies who are representing them, or they contact me. Very, very rarely do I contact them first. If I do contact someone, it's usually a AAA developer. So general PSA, and if the person impersonating me is listening, there, big one of them. You are scum. Okay, so let's see. Oh yeah, new end screens on YouTube videos. I'm trial running those. I've been waiting for them to activate for a while. They've been in beta for quite some time. It's replaced annotations at the end of a video, and it works on mobile, which is great. So you can make little windows pop up saying video. You know, like back in the day, you had to do this yourself, do an end slate yourself. YouTube has finally incorporated it, so you can do it just easily, and it's great. So I'm doing it on certain videos, not all of them. It's a bit of a hassle to do, but it's much easier than doing your own. And I usually do one box where it automatically picks something based on your viewing habits, and then one thing that I think someone who watched a given video would like. So for instance, in maybe some of the Overwatch ones, I'll start advertising Titanfall, or vice versa, because they're, you know, a little bit similar in terms of who would be into them, I think. So that's a nice little feature that they've added for free. I think regardless of your subscriber count, you have access to it, maybe. You might have to have a certain subscriber amount if you do links to outside sources. But in general, it's a nice thing. So in general, what's going on with the series, other than Generations, which I've covered? Well, Dark Souls is finishing up. We've not got that long to go. Well, maybe a bit longer depending on how long the DLC for Dark Souls 1 takes me. I've never done it before. Dark Souls 3 DLC is finished recording more or less. I'm still going to do one more recording session of it to get L through it because his character is hideously under-leveled for it. But my side is done. That'll be 6 episodes, so plus one more eventually down the line once I was ready. So that'll be 7 parts. More or less done. Let's see. Titanfall, I trialed some episodes of Titanfall. One's live so far when I'm recording this, and the next couple will be tomorrow, I think. I didn't think it would be able to go on YouTube, the campaign side anyway, because EA are notoriously dicks. It seems okay so far, so that might continue. It's not a long campaign, it's about 5 hours long, so it's not going to be a massive series. It's a nice little thing, stompy mech action, parkour, it's great fun. The online side bothers me a little bit because the pilot combat is terrible, but the Titan gameplay is great, so we're going to try it. I always got the game, so we're going to give multiplayer a go, see how people take to it. You might see some VODs of multiplayer. If you're not interested in the campaign, at least give the multiplayer videos a try. If people like it, we'll do more. Simple as. On the subject of that as well, Elle and I are trying to arrange a day to play Gungeon together where we use the same stipulations and just try and get through a run and see how we go out. He wants to do some kind of score system based on like if you miss a chest and things like that. I'm not sure if I want to go that convoluted into it. But just playing together is quite a fun idea. Although Gungeon runs tend to be long, so I don't know. That's on the cards. Let's Look At Us are going to continue. In fact, tomorrow from when you see this, there will be one of World of Final Fantasy, I think, if I've got my days right. There's going to be one on L-Boy after that, which I've held off publishing for way too long. It should have been up a long time ago. Stuff keeps getting in the way. Like the dog barking, for instance. There's also going to be a couple more VR ones eventually. I've got a couple that I'm waiting to try. Last time I used the Vive, I got horribly motion sick, so I've not gone back to it yet. I need to work up to it. I think I'm a little bit under the weather with a cold right now, so that's probably what caused it. Overwatch is continuing, and more about that in a second. Worms, probably not. The fun kind of got sapped out of Worms for me because I kept on getting picked on even if I was losing every round. So it was kind of like, you know, that doesn't create an entertainment product. Same with Dead by Daylight. I know there's a Halloween update, and I kind of like the look of playing as Michael Myers in the Halloween map. But it's the same, I found it too easy as the killer because the people I was playing against wouldn't use teamwork against me. They'd sell each other out. I don't need the crutch. So I'm playing as a survivor. It felt like at any time I was caught, I was focused down, and then I'm sitting watching for the rest of the match, and that didn't make for an entertaining product as well, in my opinion. So that's why Worms and Dead by Daylight aren't really here anymore. Everything else is continuing as normal. Enter the Gungeon is coming. I've got a lot of runs recorded. Right now I'm kind of looking for a replacement of something else I can play away from Twitch. Something that isn't necessarily great when you're watching it with a live audience. I'm not sure what's going to take that place. Ideally I'd love another roguelike to have alongside Enter the Gungeon. So if you have any suggestions for something I could record in my own time, part of my normal recording day, alongside Gungeon, Let's Look At Some, what have you, let me know what you think you want to see. Don't tell me to go back to Binding of Isaac. They wrecked the fun out of that game, sadly, so I can't see myself going back to that. I considered Spelunky, or maybe like 20XX, you know, something like that. But I'm looking for suggestions. Overwatch is continuing as normal. We're enjoying the Halloween update. You'll be seeing this on the last day of it, in fact. And after that, we've obviously got Sombra right after. Still like the game. Oh, as I knock over a can I got from my Japanese candy this month. It's Japanese orange juice. It was very nice. Didn't taste any different to, you know, British orange juice, but whatever. On the subject of the Overwatch videos, there's been a lot of dissent in the comments on the YouTube side. Not so much on the Twitch side, but on the YouTube side. Complaining about my complaining. And sadly, it's not going anywhere. So that's why I'm bringing it up. My chosen reaction to getting annoyed at a game that's multiplayer based is to complain at the person who can't hear me because it's innocent, they can't hear me, and get sarcastic about it. That is my chosen way of dealing with salt, let's say. Let's bear it down to, you know, the bare essentials here. My chosen way is better, in my opinion, than swearing, shouting, screaming, you know, talking in the chat and having an argument instead of playing the game. If you don't like that, I suggest you just watch the highlights. The highlights are specifically there so that you don't have to watch 4-hour long VODs, although we haven't played it for 4 hours in a while, like an hour and a half VOD, where we have bad matches, we have good matches, we have a mixture of the two. Just stick to the highlights. That would just be the good stuff, so you don't need to worry about the stuff on the side. And there's sometimes you'll hear stuff that isn't in context and it might come across as worse than it actually was. That's just a price you have to pay for watching just highlights. Me and you. So I'm not planning on changing the way I treat Overwatch. I'm still enjoying playing it, even if it might sometimes sound like I don't. That's not the case. I do enjoy it. I just like channeling my annoyance at a situation into something like, you know, getting sarcastic. Oh, we've got 3 snipers on attack. That's great. We're going to do great. You know, that kind of thing. That to me is a better way than shouting at the teammates, because they can technically they can play what they like, but I'm allowed to get annoyed at it if I want to. So yeah, watch the highlights if you don't like the consistent or inconsistent commentary in the VODs, I guess you could say. Sometimes it's nice, sometimes it's bad, sometimes we have off days, sometimes we have on days. It might also just depend how much synergy there is with who I happen to be playing as playing with at the time. But yeah, I think that's all I want to mention about Overwatch. Yeah, the highlights are there, the VODs are there. What I will try and do with regards to the VODs is, I notice the longer we play Overwatch, we tend to get worse rounds as the time goes on, so what I might start doing is cutting out really bad ends. You know, being a little bit more edity with the VODs. Not cutting out huge chunks, just if the last few matches of the night are bad, there's no decent commentary, there's no entertainment, just snip them a little bit. You can still see the whole thing on Twitch if you want to. So I think that covered everything I wanted to talk about. Thank you again to the patrons whose names I shouted out, and also to those who gave fan art of my channel avatar, and anyone who ordered a t-shirt or a hoodie. Though they're finished, the campaign finished successfully, so thank you very much for that. They'll be getting dispatched once they're made. Depending on where you are in the world, it might take a while. Someone said their estimated delivery date was December, which is ridiculous. Mine was the middle of November. I ordered a t-shirt and a hoodie because I want them. I'm wearing the hoodie from the first time I did a campaign with art by Cart. So that's coming. November 7th, the PO box will be opening, so if you wanted to send me fan mail, snail mail, packages, whatever, you will have that opportunity. Look on Twitter for when it goes live specifically, and also on the About section of my main channel page. Thank you as always for your support. It is greatly appreciated. Hope you still enjoy the stuff on Twitch and YouTube, and thank you for watching it all. I shall see you next month for another channel update. Ta-ta for now.